Okay, good people, hopefully everyone's having fun. It's just a quick little video while I walk. I'm just, check it out, on Parkwood in the Gold Coast, and putting together AI agent for a solar equipment installation business, electrician. Oh, excuse me. And yeah, it's a bit overcast at the moment, but it's really what it does is basically gives a lot of the frequently asked questions and then product information on the actual products that are available. And these descriptions can be quite detailed depending on how the customer asks about them. So if they're just looking for a general how many kilowatts, it'll just say its maximum output is this. But then they can ask much more specific details, dimensions, weight, if it's suitable for being in a particular part of the home, what kind of maintenance may it need, etc., etc. Just depends on how the client wants it, and we'll offer to give a call back and then also to arrange an appointment date to inspect the site. Now, this is an interesting way of doing it, is that it'll say, look, we'll give you a call at what time is good for you. They might say Thursday 11 o'clock. Say that's great, and what time should somebody come out and inspect the premises so we can see if these products are perfect for you, because it can give the product names, or it may just as I said, it's going to depend on the customer's inquiry. If they just prefer some very generic information, that's no problem. It'll just say we have a small home system, small 5 kilowatt home system, which may work fantastic for your 3-bedroom home, especially that you don't have a Tesla or a electric car. And so I may just give that 5 kilowatt home installation. But it also asks to go out and inspect the site. You might say, well, wouldn't you do that with the telephone call? Telephone call is to just go over a little bit of information on the products again and thank them for the inquiry. But really, the reason you want to also ask is what's a really good date, weekday or weekend, and to go out and see is you want a little bit of a commitment. So that's really qualifying the lead. Sorry, I got something in my voice. It's going to be what a lot of people do now is there's these more generic apps that just simply just take down some rudimentary details and call back. These aren't very dynamic. They can't really be tailored to the business too much. Especially, one of the biggest problems is that I'm finding constantly right now when I'm putting together the agents is that people do send me emails and messages saying my agent keeps making mistakes. That's simply because the biggest problem right now in Australia is that there's a lot of salespeople but not a lot of developers, and we can't have that situation because the Australian standards are a little bit different compared to other parts around the world. So we expect that anything that we produce to be reliable, to work and to function correctly. I'm not saying we want it perfect, we're saying it's not perfect, but at least it won't do strange things. That's what I'll say. I mean, And you know, if you do go for if you do need an AI agent, you really want it to have the ability to be able to do more things for your business in the future. One that I put together for somebody was that the staff, when they're actually out on the road, can actually send things to a spreadsheet. And the simple reason for that is it's a better way to collect information than just to write something down and then in a lot of cases, like on a notepad, they can lose it and things. I've also shown another business just today how to use ChatGPT, at least the pro version. I think it's $30 a month. How to use that in a very effective way. And there's a lot of dynamic features that you can use now. Not that you'll use all of them, but the most important thing to also understand is that what's happening in Australia right now is, while the marketplace has a lot of salespeople, there's not a lot of developers. There's very little effort to actually maintain the AI. Now, what does this mean? This is the process of constantly going back into the agent you've built and checking the logs. It's just like a logbook in a truck. You constantly go back to check that you've got the right distance written down, the right mileage, even things like make sure you've got the right license plate, type of truck you drove, and all that information to make sure that when you get audited, you can say I've done everything correctly. And an AI log will be green, orange and red. Green is it worked perfectly. Red is it didn't work, something went wrong. Orange is it worked, but it took an extra process or two. And so what has to be done in Australia is constant maintenance of the AI, right? So what that means is that you might have a team of a dozen people. Their whole job is not to build AI agents, but actually go in and maintain them and check. The greens are great, but they're definitely, and you want to check the greens sometimes, the ones that worked perfectly, just to check what happened. But then you might want to check the oranges. Why it didn't work the first time, but it worked the second time. What happened there? Now, and then the red, which is where it failed, they're the most extreme. You always want to check those out. You want to basically tell everyone to start working on that red one. Right now in Australia, we have a lack of that. We have a lot of people who just go over the top of it. I just want to show you something. Look at this. This is cool. You got a little driveway thing here. I like that. That's cool. And so we've got a little bit of a lack of developers in Australia that actually maintain the AI. The reason is that when it's developed in some other place, they actually don't really do a lot of this maintenance work. It's not what they're used to doing. They're used to just saying, yes, we can build it. They build something, some of it fails, but they don't really respond to it. That's nice, isn't it? And we've got this little dog park up here. And so you're in a situation where you're at their mercy because they don't do these things. I actually have a dozen people, IT, digital transformation and programming graduates in both Bangkok and in Thailand and Cambodia. And their whole job is to just read these. They're paid much higher than what the salary would be in any other job they'd do in their home countries. But I want them to do a phenomenal job. And they do that. And I just get them to, they see a red, fix it. Read it. Let me know if you can't fix it. I might be able to do it. Orange. Let's read it. See what happens. Try to fix it. Give you a really good example. When a customer, sometimes they may say their email account wrong. A really interesting one, I remember this from a few weeks ago. Somebody had typed in their email address as email.com where they meant gmail.com. And so this was a bit of a problem because, look at this, they've got a little soccer thing here. Maybe it's for the World Cup. That's cool. So anyway, they may have just simply thought, oh well, this is what people are after, and they just write it down wrong, and that happens. We got an orange warning that the client didn't get the email, but the business still got it because there was a fallback. That fallback is that the AI is instructed that if it does not have the customer's email address, that's okay. Send it through to the business anyway. They should be able to follow up with the telephone number and any other details that may be there. Usually the address is there as well. I mean, you may just go knock on the door, but that's up to you. That's not something that I wouldn't do that, I think. Look at this, I've got a BMX track here. That's pretty cool. There are actually some big jumps there. That's good. Not too scary. Not too scared to go after big jumps. A lot of jumps there actually. Not a lot of turns. It's very sharp. So these little orange alerts, it still happens. So what should I do there? So what I did is I rewrote the instructions just to, we usually were confirming once with the client their email address. Now we ask their email address, confirm that's correct. Okay. Then grab all their details, summarize all their details, and they say, this is the email we're going to send. Is that okay? Yes. Okay, we will send it to this email address. Is that correct? Yes. So there's now a second confirmation of the email address. So they're like the little orange debugs, okay? They're very important. And I've found that many people have bought into services that don't do any of the maintenance. So you've got to be very careful with that. That can mean a reason why you're not getting any inquiries. It can mean, and while these apps may be really cheap, still a lot of problems there. Oh, we've got a little toilet up here. We've got everything up here. So that's cool. Oh, it's so wet. I want to go back over here. And I want to go back over here, check it out. So you got to watch out for those things when you're choosing an agent. You don't just want it to be dynamic and be able to do other things in the future. one of the features that some people have asked for recently is, or not asked for, but they've inquired about Google Calendar entries, like actually make, if you can do it on their current calendar. Now I've said, yeah, that's no problem at all. If you want it, it's available. Almost everybody from Australia has said, we'll think about that one in a couple of months. Right now, the frequently asked questions, our standard products and services, that's great. Getting a call back. I built one for a boat and jet ski business. What they just call back the customer and arrange for them to come in and look at the boat or jet ski, because they're not on site, so they have to go to a special lot to bring out some of their products. And but what they've thought is, well, we might want to add the calendar if we can ensure that we can always get the product on site. And they said that's actually a little bit of a problem for them right now, simply because they rely on one person to do it and he's not always available. And you got to understand, you know, it's a boat or a jet ski, so they've got to have a tow bar and hook everything up. And I just thought, why don't you recruit for casual drivers? But no, it very particular. They said no, we prefer somebody that we know who's done it for us for years, and therefore we insured up with him. That's how we like to do it. I thought, fair enough, and that makes a lot of sense. When you actually listen to people, some things they say make a lot of sense, because you might think of your own thing and go, well, that would work well, but no, sometimes it doesn't. You just have some ideas that won't work. But they said, you know, if unfortunately we have to call him and arrange it, and it's a little bit of he said it can be an issue because he does other work as well. So yeah, I can respect that. But some other people have asked about it. So that might be in a couple of months' time, after they're used to the frequently asked question agent, the product disclosure agent, which gives some details, then go for that. Go for the booking form. And but you've got to be able to build the agent that's as dynamic as a person. There are still some things that I just wouldn't allow an AI agent to do. Number one is replace a human being. Don't think you could just fire someone and have an AI agent do it. It's I think the sweet spot is, and we're seeing that in the tech world now. Some businesses fight off thousands and thousands of staff, but they do this every year anyway, and then they hire back a few thousand of them back, because they realise AI can't do the job. Meta has just caused a great problem for its business with its introduction of AI, where it deactivated hundreds of thousands of accounts of people that did not break any rules. That happened to me. It happened to a lot of people I know. Probably, people that were posting like once or twice a day. It happened a lot, and not too sure. With rather new accounts, it happened, and some people got back all kinds of reasons why they were deactivated. Impersonation accounts. If you used images with a little bit of AI on them, so I use Claude AI with Canva and also ChatGPT to sort of put me in images and to give a somewhat realistic look, but also to just add some color here and there. And so they were taking that as I am impersonating myself. But if you have a look at some of my thumbnails, it's me. Now I've had to write to Meta and try to get that all fixed up, and it's going to take months because they don't react well to problems. They're very slow. It's funny because they just introduced Meta glasses for this. Well, it's not funny. It's quite. It's not funny. It's because that's a bad word. It's definitely alarming. They introduced the AI glasses, and they were working. Well, Meta were trying to develop something to assist the visually impaired. Those people got their Facebook accounts deactivated. How can they use the glasses now? They can't. That's shocking. Something of that high level of great benefits, you shouldn't be replacing humans with AI. AI can still make a lot of mistakes. What I find is that if you hire somebody casually, watching the helicopter, one of the problems is that it's a full-time job for them, because what they do is they have to go in, they have to, they drive in and do everything just like a full-time staff member does. Hello, how are you today? And so they somebody was saying to me they have a 5 hour a day casual part-time job, but it's like 8 hours because they're still spending time going into the job. They have to have lunch there, then they do another 2 hours, and they're still on the I don't know what it's called, the pension. No, it's this. Is it called Oz Study? No, it's something. It's like Centrelink. Not too sure the name of it. Job searcher or something like that. And job seeker. That's it, job seeker. So that's a little bit unfair. What the company should do is try to add a little bit more productivity, so that then they can get that extra business coming in, qualified leads, capturing leads at 6, 7, 8 p.m. at night, really measuring people up, getting a lot of good details, giving them a call back at a time that suits them. That's going to help. I tried to call some solar installation businesses at 7 o'clock, just as a test. Not available. Phone just rings out. Some of them don't even have an answering machine. I wonder how many people around Australia are calling up saying, yeah, I heard about the rebate. Can you tell me more? Who knows? Probably a lot. And so getting that extra productivity, that extra revenue moving in, that would then give the business, the employer, the opportunity to hire a person permanent full-time. And that's where I think the sweet spot for AI is. It's not about trying to lose a job, it's to gain productivity enough that you're going to need an extra person full-time to take on some of the duties. I'm not going to say which industry, but I was speaking to a franchise operator. I'm not going to say how many, but they have well over 3-digit franchisees in Australia. And the person I spoke to is part owner of the franchise and of the company that oversees the franchise. And he said that the one thing that a lot of the people who run their franchises said is that they hire people very casually because the work is kind of sporadic. They can have good months and then bad months because there's a lot of other people operating in these services, and often people jump on the first person they can speak to. So if you're out doing a job, you can't really talk to them. I asked them, Google business profile, how many clicks? They go, thousands. All right, great. Put a booking form there to get a call back very quickly. Your franchisee can get an email within five seconds after the person has made an inquiry, a very detailed email. Give them a call back within 15 minutes. Lock it in. If they were to take it up, that would be the case. And it'd be very effective. But they said that we know that a lot of people complain that they can't speak to anybody. So at the moment, when they have high volume months, they try to hire a casual person that they've hired before to do the job. And that's great. But a lot of these people are sometimes very busy. So what's a better idea would be build the business up so you can get detailed inquiries and get immediate information to call people back. Very well qualified lead, full name, address, phone number, what they need done, etc., etc. Because then, if that business is churning over a lot, and every franchisee is utilizing their Google business profile and maybe their Facebook page, another thing to do is Google business profile updates, and then you post those to Facebook, Twitter. It's a really great way to do business. But then if the business is coming in, it's moving a little bit quicker, and they're able to get back to people quite quickly. And a lot of the repetitive tasks of writing down things that normally they'll do on a telephone call can get done with AI. Then there could be a situation where they can employ a full-time person, or maybe 2 or 3 franchisees can get together and hire somebody permanently full-time, which would be fantastic, right? And the owner was saying, well, yeah, getting them all to spend $15 a day might be a little bit of a problem, but yeah, some of these jobs they're doing are like $300 or $400 a job. So if they're able to get 2 or 3 extra inquiries a day, it's well worth it. They're getting these great leads. So I was just saying, well, let's just put a little sample together. Now, another thing is with putting samples together is that these things are not, you can't make them in a day. They take training. You've got to train your AI to do specific things, and hope that it does it consistently. And so I'll put one together in about a month's time. I'll just let all the franchisees give it a shot, see if they like it. But that would definitely assist, in my view, to get those qualified leads, which I think would be really, really important. And if and then the business does pick up a lot. Hey, someone's got a full-time job instead of these casual part-time holiday jobs almost. That's right, they were hiring holiday workers. I don't know what they're called. This is a nice road, isn't it? Oh, it's my fence. So, I don't want people to read the street I'm on. But no, so the owner said yeah, and I spoke to a handful of franchisees, and they all said the same thing. We sort of used this one place to do it, and they can't do it. They can't hire people full time, so this way they can boost their productivity, get going, which is what we should be trying to do in Australia. Boost productivity to hire people full time so that they can have improve the quality of living for themselves. That would be fantastic, I think. Coming back here, I've realized that people are really struggling, and so I don't think anybody's, g'day, how you going? Don't think anybody's, we're back onto a back road. That's right. I don't know the name of this road. Pretty, isn't it? But no, everybody I speak to here, even people who are making six figures plus, are saying, yeah, it's tough. So imagine somebody working casually part-time without any... the other thing is, I don't think they get, what's it called, superannuation and things like that. I better walk on the grass. They don't get any of these things as well. And so it makes it really difficult. They're in a pretty tough situation. They have to do these jobs, which really do turn out to be full-time, go to and from, and often they have to stay there for lunch. And then at the same time, they're not getting, they're casual, so I'm not too sure how it works, if they get superannuation or not. But also a lot of them are on the working holiday, so they're not really going to stick around in Australia. So an Australian citizen is not able to do that job for whatever reason. Companies just don't. It's like Uber, Uber love the working, is it called, working holiday visa people. So at least this way, if they can get a highly qualified lead all put together, then while they're busy, that's going to be good. Just when people look at the Google business profile, they can start, on the algorithm, they can start getting a boost, which is really important. That's what happens if you do your Google business profile updates. That's something I do as well. They're not expensive to do. You gotta do that these days. You gotta work out how to attract people's attention when they're trying to find you, they're trying to find a service. And one thing that I noticed, like when I was looking at solar product and installation businesses, there's 1,000 of them in Sydney alone. So how are you going to differentiate yourself when people type in solar panels? Google Business Profile helps the algorithm. Immediate response mechanism, AI agent for that. Car sales. You got a list of the cars you're selling? We can do something and boost that productivity and get more people employed, more Australians getting full-time jobs. And then they can actually become managers of the AI agent as well, because they can add extra things to it. They can just ask the developer, add this, add this, add this, so I can do this. And everything just starts going faster. Gets done a little bit quicker, but they're still in control. That's, I think, where the AI is truly in its own, not in completely replacing a human. Just giving them the tools to get more done without causing any more stress. In fact, the way I use AI, it makes everything, I get more done and I'm less stressed. And if I ever want to change anything, I send a message to myself and say, just change this for me, no problem. Anyway, good people, I'm gonna head back in a minute. So get your AI worked out. It is gonna happen in Australia. Australia is a couple of years behind the US and other countries. It's not there to replace people, it's there to complement people. Many staff, people who are just on the staff are asking me about it. Can I do this for me? Can I do that for me? I go, yes, it can. And build a few agents for people like that. All right, good people, have a fantastic day. And I'm gonna go make myself a sandwich. So see you all soon. Bye-bye.